If there's one factor that is influencing pretty much everything militarily speaking in Gaza, it is the hostage crisis. I'm reporting here from near the Freedom Square of Tel Aviv, where the family and friends of over 200 hostages have been collecting every day. Today, on day 20, they've upped the ante, they've raised temperatures and are demanding an immediate prisoner exchange or a ceasefire. At least 30 children, 210 people in all continuing to be in Hamas captivity. I saw footage released by the IDF yesterday in a screening where those hostages being taken was seen by select few journalists for the first time. This is a crisis that is influencing every aspect of what we're looking at. They may be just faces on a wall here, on the wall of the kidnapped. But 20 days after the Hamas struck Israel and took hundreds of Israelis hostage, this wall has become a national symbol. We understand that to mark 20 days, there's going to be an enormous protest right here in the heart of Israel's Tel Aviv city. But each of these names rings out. They're probably just strangers to so many, apart from their families and relatives. Each one of these names has now become symbolic of how long it's taking for this hostage crisis to be resolved. Let me just read out some of these names in the hope that at some place they will be heard. Oron Dira, 54 years old. Jasmine Dira Koch, 53 years old. Omar Shentov, 20 years old. Gomi Gonan, 23 years old. Erez Galvis, 12 years old. 18 years old. Many of these posters are in Hebrew. Maya Reger, 21 years old. Nizam Lipstein, 19 years old. Many of their families have been visiting this wall on a daily basis. I've seen a lot of people, common citizens, coming here with rolls of sellotape to make sure that these posters don't come unstuck. Out of respect, to give even these posters their dignity. 20 days is a very long time. 2 people were released by Hamas a couple of days ago, and 2 more people were released right before. That's just 4, but 210 continue to be in the captivity. And it is all of these faces that you see here on this floor. People as young 12, people as young as 8, as 9, 51, like Ravid Bat, seen here in a picture. Son, Homo Nutra, is 22 years old. He's an Israeli-American among 7 other American citizens who are understood to be in the captivity of Hamas. This is a situation that is not only representative of the families of the hostages themselves, but it also answers a question that a lot of people have been asking for a long time, which is, why isn't Israel moving into Gaza? Why hasn't an invasion taken place? What is happening with that ground operation? This is the reason. This is the reason why Israel doesn't have the luxury of simply burning its tanks in Gaza. No military operation is simple. No military operation is black and white. But this one is especially painted in shades of grey, because the lives of each of these people, their families, their sentiments, is of immense priority to how Israel actually executes. The fact is there are a huge number of moving parts for Israel, operationally speaking, also emotionally speaking. There's a massive amount of pressure from families. And remember, these are families who in normal times would have supported military operations. But when this crisis comes home, when your people are hostage, some of them want a ceasefire because they believe a military operation will only endanger the lives of the young. They remain in absolute pain, but they're hoping for peace. Here's hoping this crisis can be resolved very soon. I have with me Annabelle, who is a friend of one of the persons who is still a hostage. You can see him in this picture here. Offer Angel is 17 years old. Annabelle, I just saw you distributing stickers, I think, to motorists and cars. What does that say?
It says, Ophir, we're waiting for you back home.
Tell us about what's going through your mind. It's been 20 days. 20 days is a very long time.
So Ophir is 17 years old, and he actually went to visit his girlfriend. It's a love story of two teenagers. He's from the north, and he went to spend the weekend with his girlfriend. Just a typical teenager love story, can you imagine?
Yeah.
And he was kidnapped together with his girlfriend's father. We don't know where he is, we don't know his situation. For the past 3 weeks, he is held hostage by Hamas.